Hello everyone, this is Hanru Chen, and I'm gonna start with the introduction of the application. So our application is called the Body Balance app. The Body Balance app, tailored for health-conscious individuals, is a specialized tool focuses on assisting users in monitoring their daily nutritional intake and supporting weight loss goals. So unlike typical health apps that might include a broad range of features like heart rate monitoring and exercise tracking, the body balance zeroes in on dietary habits. So it features a user-friendly interface with a soothing color palette of blues and greens, enhancing the visual appeal and providing a calming user experience. So at its core, body balance is designed to be accessible and straightforward, catering to those who wish to easily track their food consumption and manage their weight effectively. So far, we have developed key functionalities such as the recording screen for logging data intakes, the overview screen for insightful data visualization, and article screen offering targeted health information. Although our initial plan included a community screen for user interaction and engagement, resource limitation had led us to postpone this feature. So moving forward, our development goals include implementing this community aspect to foster a supportive environment where users can connect, share experiences, and motivate each other in their health journey. And then my teammates will explain and go through the operation. Thank you. Hello, everyone. This is Hanru again. And now I'm gonna try to go through the whole application and do the demonstration. So when we run the app, we first have the login page. So either we have the choice to log in the existing account you have, or we can click on the register. Now we click on the register, and then we have name. Now I have the Luke, and the email name is like Luke Chen at eu.com.edu, and the password 12345. Confirm password 12345, and then do the register. Okay, so it says that it's invalid password because it has to be 6. So we have to do 6. 12345 6, and then 12345 6, and register. And now you do the register, and then we can log in. Now log in at eu.edu, and then the password 12345 6, and do the login. Now we have successfully logged in. But now it says the warning, no profile info found. So because we haven't created any profile in the overview screen, so let me first go through the homepage. So the homepage has a logout button here. We can do the logout action here. And then we have the overview, recording, and the timer. The timer is like we create a schedule for the user, which is like an 8-hour eating time and 16-hour not eating time. And we can set the timer here and also restart the timer here. And then we have the article page. So the article page, when you click on the article page, you can see we have created several useful articles and blogs and tells you how healthy information about how to keep the body healthy and how to keep the weight loss. And then we can go back and saying the no profile. And then first thing, let's go to the overview. It says document doesn't exist because we haven't created anything yet. So we now do the profile thing here, and then says okay, and edit the profile. Now do the editing. So the name is Luke, and the age is 25, gender male, weight, let's say 150 pounds, height, let's say 170, and the goal, it's, let's say my goal is to lose my weight to 120, and then save. Okay, you can see the profile screen now automatically fetch the changes, and then you can see it. And then we can go back. And now it says the current weight is 150, so the fetching is okay. So we have here the progress bar. Because the progress now is almost done because the goal is 120, so 30 pounds to lose. And now let's say we have we have lost our way to 130 and do the update. Yeah, update success and the current weight change. And you can see the progress bar almost down here. So that's an overview screen. And then we go back to the home screen and do the recording. So the recording page, we need to add manually for the calorie intakes, sugar intakes, sodium intake, and water intake. So let's say the first food I ate today is it's an apple. Like, calorie is like a 200. The sugar intake is like a 5 gram. Sodium 1. Water I drink it's like a 500. And then save. And then we go to the overview screen again. Yeah, you can see the chart here. Have already recorded everything and make data visualized. And then actually we have a fancy thing is like we can record multiple times. So let's say now I ate another food called banana, and the calorie is like 300, and sugar is 10, sodium is 1, and water is 200. We save again, and now we go back to the overview screen. Now you see the chart has already summed it up. So that's one of the most fancy thing here. So now you can see we can add multiple times each day. So when the day ends, the chart will disappear and restart again. So that's what I said. And then now, now you have already wake up, and then you have to set the timer. So you have to reset the timer here. So it's an 8-hour to go, only 8-hour eating time. And then you can see that the timer is not changing because like we notice that no one will like staring at the homepage when they're eating. So whenever they go to the overview screen and do the weight update, it will change. Whenever they go to the recording screen and they go back, the timer change. And you can also see the info here saying that you have 10 pounds to go. So now you can clearly see how's your losing progress going. So you can now log out and then try again to log in and register to our app. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, this is Shruti Saravana, and I'm one of the other teammates. I am here to talk about the things that we have learned from building the app together. So one of the most important things that we learned was how adding different packages as dependencies to our projects could involve different procedures, because we're essentially using different systems to commit code to the same repository. So we met with an issue while adding the DG charts dependency, where the other teammates were able to successfully run the code after that push was done, but I couldn't because somehow the charts did not the location for the charts was not right on my system because I was using a different version on their system, and I was using a different version on mine. So a TA thankfully helped us with it, and we figured out how to fix this issue. There was also another issue where one of the other teammates also had a similar OS version where the code that I pushed was not compatible on their system. So they had to change the OS version for it to work. So we realized that, or even though we're working on the same application and we're using the same methods, the code might still have some conflicts in other ways, not just files in GitHub, but also the versions and the dependencies. So earlier, while we were all working on individual assignments, we did not come up with this issue because we were all pushing code from the same system to one project and by one person. So we didn't ever have the issue of conflicting versions or conflicting OSs. So this was really new that we faced, and even with GitHub pushes, the code had different conflicts that we had to resolve, communicate, discuss, and decide which one to keep and which one to not keep, and which one is the most updated code. So learning how to collaborate, and that we can also essentially run into different unforeseen issues while collaborating to the same project, and we can't all just push code and expect it to just work on everyone's system was really important. And I think this is one of the biggest things that we've learned in building the app. One of the other things that I would like to mention is that we decided to choose Firebase because we have different requirements on the app, for example, authentication, Firestore, and databases. And Firestore, while it can store different documents for the data that we have in our app, it cannot store images. So we had to use database to store the images for the profile. for each user on the application. So these could all have been done using different services. For example, we could have used something else for authentication, something else for the database, but we decided to use Firebase because everything could be done from one place. And this was also something new that we learned, that everything can be done within Firebase rather than using different services for each of the things. This definitely made things much easier for all of us to collaborate with too. So that is another thing that we've learned. Thank you.
So one difficulty we run into is trying to achieve a real-time countdown timer. Currently, the timer is stuck on the same number and refreshes only when we come back to the home screen. However, the timer should count down and refresh without switching back and forth. Another issue is to upload the profile picture to the Firebase storage. For some reason, it will not load the image when trying to fetch it from the storage. We also need to have an authentication handler for each screen. However, the time is pretty limited, and I think maybe it is unnecessary, so maybe we can improve it in the future. However, I think this is a great project to work on because we get to solve problems that we did not cover in class. Which requires us to find a useful information on Google or sometimes on ChatGPT. It feels good when the whole application runs without any bugs, and I had a really good team experience with my teammates. This is an enjoyable experience.